Hi, this is Marissa, and this video is in response to a video that a classmate posted on the Contextually Immediate Facebook group. And it was a video from the Discovery Channel that aired on a show called The Daily Planet, and the video is called RFID Smart Homes, and RFID stands for Radio Frequency Identification. And I feel like this video definitely tied into the reading from Chapter 2 of Slick and Wise's Culture and Technology, dealing with the idea of convenience. So in the beginning of the Discovery Channel video, they showed a woman going through her daily routines. And the narrator said that Olga knows that much of what she's doing is absolutely unnecessary. So these things that he was talking about were common things such as unlocking the door, making a pot of coffee, and making a grocery list by hand. But after the logistics of the technological procedures of the evolution of the smart house were explained, it was easy to see how a smart house could have made Olga's daily routine 10 times easier. So instead of needing keys to unlock the door, they placed one of the RFID tags in her shoes and in a sense underneath the doormat. So whenever she got near the door, it would just automatically unlock for her. And instead of brewing her own coffee, they just programmed the coffee machine so that it would start at certain times of the day. And as for making the grocery list by hand, instead they suggested that manufacturers were to put these RFID tags on products and a sensor in the fridge so it could monitor what was going in and out. And therefore the fridge could order replacement products, which would eliminate the need for making grocery lists. So this technology reminded me of a Disney movie from the 90s called Smart House, where a family won a home of the future, and the home came with a cyber housemaid named Pat, which stood for Personal Applied Technology. And the house did anything they needed for them, cooked them breakfast, cleaned up their messes, anything they needed, even helped the boy with his like playing basketball, helped him make a layup, everything. But even though that's really exaggerated, it was still hard to believe that in the 90s, I could not believe that a house could even come that close to doing such things like that. But the climax arrives in the Disney movie when Pat took over the house and the family lost control. But the smart house in the video, in the Discovery Channel video, didn't face any problems like that. The only possible setback was that hackers could violate the homeowner's privacy. They could possibly tap into the system and see what people were eating, maybe see what they were doing in the house. But people didn't think that this setback could amount to the advantage of the convenience that they would gain from living in a smart home. So in chapter 2 of Slack and Wise, they said that technologies make life better because they make life more convenient. That is, they save time, conquer space, and create more comfort. So today in our culture, people are always trying to do anything they can do to save time, conquer space, try to be two places at once, and create comfort. So they also minimize everyday struggles that were commonplace for our ancestors. And that quote, that line, that sentence made me think they minimize everyday struggles that were common for our ancestors. So today we have things that can search for the remote control when it's lost instead of actually taking the time to look for it. So soon will looking for the remote be regarded as a commonplace of our ancestors? Will looking for the remote seem too hard, laborious, like too time consuming, and would that create discomfort, just like how we consider the time spending milking a cow is more inconvenient than just buying a carton of milk from the grocery store? And Slack and Wise also note that the current expectation most people have on technologies is that they make us comfortable, they make life easy, and they make life pain and trouble free, and they meet all bodily needs. So we could definitely survive without the first aspects, making life easy, making it pain and trouble free. But we couldn't survive without the last one, meeting bodily needs. And technology's convenience has actually helped us a lot with surviving bodily needs. So, Black and Whites also know that scholars in the social sciences often debate about the exact nature of bodily needs, but they are generally biological and include food, shelter, water, clothing, sleep, affiliation, and procreation. Now, Turney said that these were the basic needs of the Greek household, but he also noted that the Greeks also had wants, things that they desired but did not absolutely need. The advancement of our technology and our culture has turned our wants into needs. So, a need being something that we depend on to survive, that we absolutely need to have to survive. But today, many people in our culture act as if they cannot survive without their wants, acting as if they're needs. And one really good example would be a cell phone. Some people act like if they don't have their cell phones with them that they can't function. So that's just crazy how people have misconception of what is actually a need, something they need to survive, and what's actually a want. And convenience doesn't, even though convenience is a good thing and we really appreciate it, convenience does not always make life better or even more convenient. One classmate gave in class the example of using a dishwasher. So we think that using a dishwasher that would save more time, be more convenient for us instead of washing dishes by hand. But a lot of the times, often most of the times, you spend more time pre-washing the dishes to go into the dishwasher when you could have just washed them instead. So we put more effort into pre-washing the dishes, loading the dishwasher, waiting for the dishes to wash, waiting for them to dry. Most of the time they're not even dry. You have to dry them by hand, and unloading it. We go through all that when we could have just washed the dishes by hand and been done with it. And sometimes conveniences are actually inconvenient in the long run. So one example is people working from home. A lot of people work from home and they can communicate instead of face to face with their coworkers online through messaging, emails. A lot of people have like FaceTime talking, and a lot of people use conference calls to meet with their employees. But they, a lot of the time, are actually inconvenienced. Like they can gain weight and they can lose they can gain weight, and their social interaction skills are probably not as sharp or as up to date with people who work and interact with people on a daily basis. But then again, the people working from home are convenienced because they don't have to drive, they don't have to commute back and forth. But convenience isn't always convenient in the long run. And thanks for watching, and respond if you'd like.